Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a coffee, Patreon, crypto, and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and X. Now, we are joined by Refracted Curvature, Central Goat, Neil, and a whole bunch of people in the Flat Earth Debate Discord server. So, welcome one and all.
Last guy in, first guy announced. Unbelievable.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, a good weekend. It's all been fun. Everyone happy?
Why don't you just ask John personally?
You had a good weekend, John? You're the only person here it matters to Neil, it seems.
I'm glad Neil's worried about me.
It's very sweet, Neil.
I think I'm going to turn up the heat on John because I started getting under his skin last week.
Calling him teacher's pet like I'm the teacher. Number one,
Yep.
you realise John is considerably higher educated than I am, right? You know that. If anyone was going to be considered a teacher, it would be John, not me.
Not in this scenario, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Why would it be any less of the scenario where...
Many of children have been smarter than the teacher in school, but they were never the teachers.
that was a backhanded insult if ever I heard. Is it accusing me of being smarter than you, John? I'd take that as a bit of an insult. I'm lazy.
No. I'm saying that I've been in school where I know that the people were smarter than the teacher giving the assignments and the classes, but they weren't the teachers. The teacher was still the teacher.
Fair enough. Still sounds like a backhanded compliment to me and a backhanded insult to John, but there we go. Anyway, should we do a bit of housekeeping?
I'm still trying to figure out who the teacher and the student in that scenario is.
Huey's the teacher.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Huey's everyone's teacher, and nobody would be offended to say that.
Correct. Let's do housekeeping.
Evidence of a physical geometric sphere edge, a horizon, formerly known as Earth curvature.
Refraction.
And then it's not an Earth curve if it's refracted.
Might have been asking me to answer.
Here, a G plus a little bit quiet. I think they are. Turn you up a little bit, G plus. Any evidence of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety?
Dancing bear.
Is the axial rotation assertion the same as the dancing bear that you don't catch assertion? Where's that connection?
Well, you'll need a flat plane for it.
Oh, you mean, okay, so the assertion of axial rotation when described mathematically requires a horizontal plane of reference to describe it. If you're going to back reference that with Earth, then you'll be describing Earth in that context as a flat plane of reference. Is that what you mean?
Yes, and that in itself is a dancing bear.
I thought that was very good.
Very good, but he made me work for it. He just said dancing bear.
Well, if you were as smart as John, you would have picked it up right away.
If I was as smart as John, I'd have got there immediately. The dancing bear reference is when you've got an example of this is John's example, by the way, Neil, where you've got two groups of red and blue basketball players, and they're bouncing the ball when the timer starts, and you're asked to pick a side and count how many bounces. That's it. So you have the timer begin, and you start counting the number of bounces from that team. The timer stops and they says, the person who's doing the test says, did you see the dancing bear? And you go, what? I was expecting you to ask for a number and I had 67 going around in my head over and over again. What do you mean, did I see the dancing bear? And the bear is the bear that walked in and out of the shop between the two groups while you were counting bounces that you did not notice because you weren't attuned to there being a bear. And you go, oh, okay. So then they play it you back, the bouncing footage, and you go, oh, I see the bear. And they go, okay, what colour was the scenery at the start of the scene? And you look at the freeze frame, because it's at the end of the video, and you go, red, like it is now. And they go, no, it was blue at the beginning of the scene. The whole background lighting circumstance changed through the scene. You just didn't notice it fade from one colour to the other. So you saw the bear, but you didn't see the colour change. And you can go on forever. Yeah? You're not seeing the wood for the trees. In this case, the flat plane for the globe Earth you're asserting with axial rotation.
We should know that because it happened to us for years. We whistled right past it.
Yeah, currently in politics, their assertions normally come with some sort of distance to something. You're like, stop using our flat Earth measurements. You can't have a distance. Distance is a flat Earth only. Any scientific evidence of gravity? Might as well throw them a bone.
Did you cover why distance is flat Earth only?
One more time. I had flat Earth only.
Did you cover why distance was flat Earth only?
No. I was waiting for somebody to pick up the reins, but we're in housekeeping.
Okay, because it uses a Cartesian plane or a coordinate system. It's a straight line, no curve. It's developed over a flat plane, and that's what we stand atop.
Yeah, so don't use miles, don't use kilometers, don't use inches. All of them will require a flat plane.
Can't have that on the surface of a globe.
No. Distance is a flat Earth. They're ours, not yours. So, bow before flat Earth if you're going to use distance measurements of anything, ever. People are like, oh, show us some flat Earth measurements. All of them. Always. They'll all be flat forevermore because they always were flat and always will be.
Yeah, I seen somebody in chat ask you on one of your videos, can you give me a flat Earth measurement, please? I'm like, is this guy even paying attention?
Miles next time. Going to give you a flat Earth measurement. Yeah, miles. What miles? Any miles measured ever?
Yeah, if we had lived on a sphere, our entire concept of geometry would be completely different. We would not have our understanding that we have today.
I don't think they're getting it. I think what's happening now is they're whistling right past it. I don't know if it's deliberate or the penny's just not dropping for some.
Well,
makes
one
sense.
gentleman asked me, what happens if the road you're driving on is curved?
It's called a hill.
That's right.
Yeah, when presented with some pretty basic concepts, which is all we're dealing with here, right? It's not complex when you talk about linear distances, Cartesian grids, anything like that isn't complicated when you break it down. But people who have it broken down for them in the face of their globe Earth belief suddenly find the most simple of concepts incredibly complicated. What if I go up and down a hill? Then you go up and down a hill? What's your point? Well, that changes the distance. Yeah. So what you're saying is that when you draw out a line on the map, it's as the crow flies, as they would say, and you match it to the flat scale on the map. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What, you might walk a bit further because you go up and down a bit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's really interesting. What's that got to do with Earth curve? What,
No. Therefore, globe.
Well, no, when it comes to what's it got to do with Earth curve, absolutely nothing. It's just flat distances.
It does have to do with a topographical plane.
Yeah, because that's what it is. A topographical plane. And how would we measure the topography in terms of its height or dip? You know, if you talk about valleys.
Morning,
Usually
guys.
some form of level is going to be used as a horizontal plane.
All
Morning,
measurements
Tucker.
always. Earth's flat. Do a couple more. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
Distance? How are they going to get distance? Like,
You'll extrapolate out a few flat Earth distances and they'll turn into radial values on a flat circle. And then you can make that spherical, put it into an orbital motion, scale Venus with an assumptive Earth radius, Bob's your uncle distance to the sun.
but those distances are still planar in nature, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, they're screwed.
Yeah, I didn't mention that you'd need a flat Earth to do all of that, but that is the case, yes. 50 people watching, or just over 50 people watching. Please share the show. The only reason we've got 50 people watching is because there's a loyal fan base of people who like Flat Earth debate and do share it typically when they get here. So massive shout out to all of you who've already shared the show, undoubtedly. But if you haven't shared it, please share it. It's 2 clicks. And you can put it on your favourite social media platform, Bebo or MySpace or whatever it is you kids use these days, X or some crazy names. Please share the show. We have a video that we're going to cover today, suggested by Liam. And, as is always the case, please let this videographer know. At Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that doesn't immediately get eradicated by the YouTube algorithmic bots. Horrible. Or the videographer themselves, if you happen to be passive-aggressive in terms of your messaging, this particular videographer. But please let them know either way. At Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that just alludes to the fact that we have covered their video, given that they are specifically covering Flat Earth. In regards to I Changed a Flat Earther's Mind, which is the name of this video, by Jack Gordon. So please let Jack Gordon know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me, and in that format, exactly that, at or at sign Nathan Oakley 1980, all one word, sent me. That way it'll hyperlink this channel in the comment. As the case with anything that wants to be algorithmically shared around, I'm sure even if you've got lots of subscribers, as Jack Gordon has, comparatively to us, you still want as much YouTube algorithmic love as is available. So I'm sure he'd be appreciative of the comments that you're going to send his way when you toddle along, and let him know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me. And as I say, there is a link going by to his video in the live stream chat, which is up on screen as well. So I'm not just saying it for my health. If you are amongst the 55 currently people watching in the live stream, please do pop along to his video to let him know that we're covering his video. Hopefully, he'd do the same for us if he was to respond to what we say here today. That is to say, if he was to cover a video saying Nathan Oakley, a flat earther, wasn't in any way changed in terms of his mind when it comes to flat earth after watching my video. What gives? He might want to do exactly that, and hopefully would put a link to my video in the same way I'm putting a link to his. I think that's enough of a beginning to end period to let people actually do this from the live chat and get back to hear me doing the exact same call to action they were hearing when they toddled along. So hopefully a few of you will actually do that. With that, is there any comment before we do actually get into it proper about this video, this videographer, or anything that's related to it?
Just a mic check. Good morning.
Hey, Chocolate.
Morning, morning.
Anything else, though, about the video specifically? Or does anybody know who Jack Gordon is? Anybody subscribe to Jack Gordon?
No, but he's got a thing for flat earthers. So, and it's typical stuff. It's Groundhog Day for us, Nathan.
He's got a thing for flat earthers. What does that mean?
He likes to think he can debunk us.
Oh, okay. These things tend to be projection, as in their pain when it comes to flat earth has to be immediately projected out with a load of crazy numpty questions that they probably ask themselves and then project onto the flat earther that they create as an opponent. So I would imagine if it's Groundhog Day, instead of studying the world and how it's measured, he's going to be talking about the group of cult-like people he calls Flat Earth, which are flat earthers and their crazy views on this and that and the other. Am I right?
A little bit, but we're going to be spending a bit of time at the beach today. So we've got that to look Or two, I've got my bucket and spade ready.
Oh, right. So is it about the physical geometric spheroid horizon debunked by the Black Swan in 2020 that we'll be addressing?
Bottom-up obstruction. Have you ever heard of that argument before, Nathan?
Yeah, 2020. If the Earth was a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every distance to that horizon or geometric obstruction, as you phrased it, could be no more than 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet as laid down in Earth curve maths. Distance to horizon in the Black Swan, 5-year-old argument. Beyond the limitations of an Earth sphere with a radius of 3959, therefore the Earth is not a sphere, the horizon is not Earth curve. So let's just dispense with this argument before we even get to it.
Well, how is he going to have the argument when the horizon is where surface level appears to meet the sky, creating a horizontal?
Precisely.
Wait, are we going back to boats going over the curve? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, that's what we're about to do.
This is an actual flat earther. Let me prove it. Do you actually believe the Earth is flat?
Yes. That's true.
But by the end of this video, that may not be true anymore.
See, straight off the bat, we're into a problem. Whether or not the guy believes it's flat, and whether or not he is telling the truth when he states that he believes the Earth is flat, is inconsequential and irrelevant to people like us who know the Earth is flat. What are you going to do? Test me in terms of whether or not I'm lying when I give you out a demonstrable fact about how Earth's measured? So if I say miles are flat, what are you going to do? Put a lie detector on me? It's not up for question whether or not I'm bloody lying about it. It just seems so stupid and absurd. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Does this dickhead believe Earth's flat? Yeah, this dickhead believes that. You're really going to go there? Okay, what are you going to do when I turn around and say, who cares what I believe? Doesn't matter what I believe, Earth's measured flat. In every single respect that you will ever throw at me in all examples ever, Earth will be flat. You're going to test me about whether or not I'm lying? How absurd. But that's what this is about to this guy. Whether or not people believe in their belief in flat Earth, to the point where he's going to stick a lie detector on a dude. I would suspect that even this is bullshit, totally staged. There we go, that's just my opinion.
Because we've planned the most elaborate, large-scale, and extensive experiment to prove...
Experiment? Well, you're a clown. You don't know what an experiment is. You're looking through a telescope. Do you think looking at stuff is experimentation? You're having a look at stuff. You idiot. Do you think you're performing experiments when you go to the optician to get a pair of bloody eyeglasses? Oh, put my eyeglasses on. Wow, this is experimentally valid. Because I'm looking at stuff through a lens. Are you a clown? You have no idea what science is. This is an insult to us.
Prove the Earth is round without a shadow of a doubt. Then we're going to lie detect him again.
Hold on, he had some maths up on screen. I'm no doubt that he's going to get to him in the video, but we might as well just see what he flashed up and see if we can debunk him within the first 20 seconds of his video based on what he put up on screen.
That may not be true anymore.
Because we've planned the most elaborate, large-scale, and extensive experiment to prove the Earth is round.
There it is. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get into it. How long's this on screen for? Half a second? Let's have a little looky. Let's make it a little bit bigger, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? What have we here? Oh, no. He's deriving a right-angled triangle based on the dip from surface level, John. He's only gone and measured a flat Earth and then measured his eye level parallel with it to derive a radial value a la Al-Biruni. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Ginger. You're measuring a flat Earth and the differential from surface level to eye level? Oh, what a clown. Man, did you think that we wouldn't, within the first 17 seconds of your video, not rip you to shreds as a ginger idiot? You've measured Earth flat with this formula, my boy. You needed to measure your height off surface level for your eye level to differentiate between the point that you claim is below surface level in the maths on screen. Oh dear, clown shoes. My name's Nathan Oakley. Let me introduce myself to you as the person who debunked your idiot's nonsense assertion of proving sphericity with a flat Earth measurement above surface level within the first 17 seconds of your video. What a dickhead.
Oh, they would have gotten away with that 10 years ago. Not now.
Dickhead, now you're going to get told off, you ginger twat. Don't use our measurements! How dare you assert that your height above surface level proves a sphere? You better get on your frickin' knees and worship at the flat earth you measured. Because if you're going to derive a measurement of height above surface level to suggest that you're on a bleeding ball, you're going to have me telling you off, you stupid idiot boy. How dare you use our flat earth measurements? Isn't this fun? I love telling off ginger idiots who think they're on a ball. Fun, fun, fun.
Ground without a shadow of a doubt. Then we're going to lie detect him
Shadow? You'll need a flat earth for that shadow. I'm only joking.
again at the end of the day to see if it changed his mind.
Because it is hard to
It's not about mind changing, dickhead. You have measured surface level and your height off it for a parallel eye level for the mathematics you derived an R value for in your maths that was on screen at 17 seconds. You measured Earth flat. You think I give a toss whether or not he changed this black guy's mind or not? I couldn't give a shit what he believes. I know it's flat. You just proved it to us, you dickhead. What are you now doing? I didn't need anything. I don't need the road trip. I already know the formula's going to measure Earth flat, don't I? Everybody here understand that we're going to be measuring Earth flat for this formula. Because if you deny it, his formula fails. Everybody understand? Is everybody clear that he absolutely unequivocally requires a flat Earth measurement of his height above surface level for the maths he's about to perform? Everyone clear? That wasn't
If you
rhetorical.
believe in a ball, if you believe in a ball, you can't say yes. Because it's your acceptance of that. You can't move forward anyway.
About the opposite. Is anybody unclear about how this dude is about to measure surface level and his height above it? Anybody unclear about how Earth must be flat for this to succeed? Is anybody unclear of the facts in this matter that this ginger tosser's about to go and measure Earth flat? Anybody unclear of that fact? Good. So, Ginger, my name's Nathan Oakley. We're only 23 seconds into your video and you've already proven Earth's flat based on your methodology.
to prove that the Earth is round from the ground.
It is.
I mean, even if it was flat, there's hills and mountains and lots of
What, the hills and mountains that will also be with respect to surface level when you measure the height of them? Yeah, so here we are, what are we at now? 29 seconds, less than 30 seconds into your video and you're talking about the heights of hills and valleys. Yeah, they're also measured with respect to a surface level that's averaged across the whole plane of the surface of Earth called sea level. They'll be with respect to that in height, in feet, linear, distances. Are going to be utilised in every aspect of what you do today, son. You're going to be using a flat Earth repeatedly, I assure you.
curvy parts. The only way to see the Earth's natural state is to go through the water. You've never been to the ocean before, right?
I haven't been to the ocean before, so this is a sight to see.
I will admit, it looks a little bit flat. I'm not even gonna lie. There's a way we can test that. If you were to take a boat out to the horizon, we could agree that it would eventually disappear.
What's the horizon? Anybody?
He thinks it's Earth curve the way he's talking.
No, we dispensed with that already, right? Before we even covered this. So for the audience, my audience's benefit. No. If the Earth was a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every distance to the horizon, that's his alleged Earth curve, could be no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That height, that observer height in feet, that's off surface level. Yeah, I'll insert it into the Black Swan. So in the Black Swan modus tollens that utilises Earth curve maths at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet to make the assertion that the horizon is Earth curve below surface level, you still need surface level. You need a flat Earth and you need to measure your height above it, parallel with it. So you need flat Earth twice. Go ahead.
He's unknowingly about to assert paper towel Earth, paper towel roll Earth, because he literally himself just said, well, it looks flat. Now he's going to tell us all about how a boat is going to go over a curve that only goes one way when he just said it's flat. Paper towel roll Earth, baby.
Well, paper towel roll Earth at a single point in the distance they call Earth curve below surface level requires he measure Earth flat with his height above it.
Here, right?
Yeah, we won't be able to see it
Right,
anymore.
like the boats in Japan, we cannot see from this coast. There's two.
Oh my God, you're a retard. Like, you think that the reason you can't see boats in Japan is because they've gone behind an Earth curve? No. Let me just break it down for the 100th time in the way that another retard called Dougal had it broken down by Father Ted. This cow, holds up toy cow, is small. Those cows, points at cows out of the window, are far away. Yeah? The boats in Japan are so far beyond the angular resolution limit of your eye as it is absurd to even suggest that you'd ever be capable of seeing them. But according to you, because this is the only reason in Earth curve maths things disappear, the Earth curve getting in the way is the only reason you can't see boats in Japan. You are a retard. Hashtag shit shrinks.
Two reasons that the boat might disappear. One, it could just disappear and
Hashtag shit shrinks. You dumbass.
slowly but surely vanish because it's too far away.
Right.
Vanish, like the vanishing point, kind of like perspective. You utter clown. It's not Earth curve geometry in an orthographic view at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. The distance to that horizon could be no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, because that's what your maths dictates. And we debunked it in 2020. Meanwhile, the maths itself requires surface level to be measured. You need a flat Earth for all of this crap, for you to suggest that horizon, by its own definition, you can't have one on a sphere either, is going to be Earth curve. It isn't. You're an idiot.
Or maybe it's getting hidden behind.
Hey.
Hey, the other day you gave a citation for an elevation angle. Can you tell me that again?
You again?
One, I've got about 20.
Oh,
Even sustainable by design.
Oh, that's
Why?
the
We're not
one.
talking about
You
elevation angles.
tell
We're
me
talking
that.
about Earth curve geometry and the height above surface level that this ginger guy will be measuring. You understand that his measurement is off surface level. So there's two things I want you to acknowledge. One, it's a measurement. Two, we require surface level to be measuring it. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's why I was asking about
Was that
the
yeah?
citation.
Was that yeah?
I needed
Was
to
that yeah?
remember the
Was that yeah?
citation.
Yeah, you understand he'll be measuring Earth flat. You understand that?
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand with the citation.
You're trying to understand. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to say yes, and nice and clearly. Do you understand that he is A, measuring surface level, and B, that is a flat Earth measurement? Do you understand? It's the third time.
I understand that's how you measure it, yes?
Welcome to flat Earth. Earth is measured flat. This ginger guy
Okay, but
is going to be measuring
you have a
Earth
link.
flat. And I don't need you yattering through my conclusion that you've now confirmed as a globe believer. Yes, Hayuka. Earth is measured flat,
somebody
and this
have a
guy
link
will
to
be
the
measuring it. It's the
citation I
second
could
time
look
he's
at?
interrupted me, so I'm not going to feel unjustified in removing this twat from my live stream. You will not talk while I'm talking, Hayuka. Yeah? That's how you get removed. Wanker. Yeah, thank you for confirming that this ginger tosser will be measuring Earth flat to tell people how flat Earth ends. Yes, we know, you globe-believing tosspot, you're no better than he. You're an idiot too. But you think that yattering through me about elevation angles when we're discussing how this ginger muppet is measuring Earth flat with his surface level and height above it? Yeah, we know he's measuring Earth flat. That's because Earth's measured flat. But plenty of dickheads who are in my audience seem to ask me on a daily basis, where's the flat Earth measurements? Yeah, this ginger dickhead's got some, hasn't he? Surface level. Height off it. Yeah, even your own dickhead Hayuka knows it's a flat Earth measurement. He conceded it, then felt the need to rumpus me. Now piss off. We'll carry on with the ginger dickhead who's measuring Earth flat.
Behind the Earth's curvature. And in that case, the curvature would actually start to obstruct the view of the boat so that it would disappear bottom first, and then the middle would disappear, and then the top would disappear. So
to be free and flexible and creative was really...
Ads.
if we were to see that, it would be very strong evidence of a round Earth, you could say, if we saw that.
That would
No, you couldn't. Evidence means proof. And you're measuring a flat Earth. So if this is evidence, it's evidence of what you've measured. Surface level.
be the
Flat.
case, but I don't think that's what we're
Just
going to see.
asserted
We're kinda
curvature. What
just going to see it get further and further away.
Oh, it's the curvature at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in fate as laid down in the geometric Earth curve maths that uses surface level, Neil. The one that we debunked in 2020 with the black swan. If the Earth was a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every distance to that geometric limitation called Earth curve could be no more than 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height feet, because that's what the Earth curve mass says it will be. And the black swan shows that the Earth curve edge they say it will be is way beyond the geometric limitations that would have to be the limitation, because that's what the math says it will be. Therefore, it isn't the geometric limitation the math says it is. Earth is not a sphere, the horizon is not Earth curve, it's beyond the geometric measured limits that they say it should be. Meanwhile, when they say it should have geometric limits, those limits are below the surface level you will measure to get your height above it. So after measuring an Earth flat, you can assert there's a geometric debunked Earth curve edge below the surface level that you're measuring in an orthographic view in an Earth curve mass that this ginger tosser's appealing to when not appreciating how Earth must be measured flat to achieve that. That Earth curve, Neil.
Nathan, I've heard you say that formula so many times. I'm going to ensure that it's on your gravestone.
Which bit? That was a long old ramble about Earth curve and the physical geometric sphere edge horizon at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, my friend.
Oh, the formula.
So we can't see it anymore.
But you would need a very tall boat to do that, which is exactly what we have. And I
Height of the boat will be measured off sea level, though, won't it? In feet. Even the height of this boat requires a flat Earth to measure. Idiot. Stop giving out measurements of things. They're requiring a flat Earth. In all instances, all of your measurements will always require a flat Earth.
stuck my friends on it.
Ew, the poop deck is stinky. Ew.
Boys, can you wave at us real quick? Hey, hi Jack. Hi Sebby.
These are my friends Colin and Josh, and this is Captain Matt.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, first time. So I've been out here.
Anything like what? Context much? What, taking 3 young lads out to sea?
Oh dear.
Here, but not on a mission like this.
We've actually got a bunch of telescopes.
On a mission? Does he not know it's an experiment?
Missionary, you said.
Scopes over here that are recording and that we can look through to make sure that we can see the boat the entire time.
Hold on a minute. Is one of them infrared? Because if it is, this is definitely an experiment. I mean, that basically makes it science. They've got multiple telescopes. My God, it's definitely science.
Before we even get started, the audience is probably wondering how you actually became a flat earther.
No, literally none of us gave two tiniest of shites about it. Did anybody here care why this guy became a flat earther in his belief? Anybody?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Nobody gives a shit, Ginger. Because we already know Earth's flat in this particular discussion forum. We know it's flat. And what we're currently doing is taking every word you say and turning it back into the flat Earth proof that it already was. You just hadn't noticed because you're dumb.
I think my process into becoming a flat earther is just like being curious, being open to other ideas, even if they do sound crazy. I'm not going to shoot them down immediately. I will admit that I haven't gone a lot into the science. Growing up in Omaha, I don't know, I didn't.
Right, it's about being open to stuff and being able to believe stuff, and you haven't gone much into the science. That's your standard, is it? Shite. I couldn't care less. We know Earth's flat, that's how it's measured. Now, dude, you now know that. Yeah? What's the measurement, you might ask? All of them. Any measurement with respect to Earth will all be flat. There is no exception. So any of them, pick one. Now you know too, don't you, dum-dum? Talking to the black guy, not the ginger guy. You know it's flat now too, don't you? The measurements of Earth are flat. His assertions that he had up at 17 seconds on this video. Required surface level. It's right there in the maths labelled. It's called surface level. It's level. That's the bit you'll measure for your height thereof. Above it.
Didn't really travel a lot, and so that's kind of my looking left, right, up and down and kind of seeing.
Those are flat Earth only. Up and down, you'll need a flat Earth for those.
That I don't see a curve.
Guys, we are really getting off the coast right now. I would say we're still only about 500 feet or so.
500 feet off the coast is a flat Earth distance. That's linear. Don't use feet, don't use miles, don't use flat Earth measurements. It's an outrage. You're only 500 feet off the shore and you're already proving Earth's flat. Feet? That's linear distance. Flat.
Keep it in this course.
Josh, say yard. Yard. Say yard.
Yarr, it's flat, me mateys!
I look like Mickey Mouse. Dude, wait, these waves are huge.
You know what else is huge?
Bloop.
This actually isn't my first experiment with Sebit.
This isn't an experiment at all, Ginger. Are you an idiot?
We tried taking a weather balloon into space and live streaming what the
That's not an experiment either. You're an idiot.
camera on the balloon saw into a VR headset that Sebit wore on the ground a couple of years ago.
So this guy's the same guy, so he's just a stooge. Yeah? Some random stooge that you use in your flat earth videos.
Didn't see any curve in that video, and so just like...
So what, you still here? You didn't see any curve in the video? Well, that sounds scientific. It's not even a measurement. You're just having a little look at stuff. This is the standards, right? I'll have a little look. I'll decide from there. Right, okay. How high did the balloon go? You'll be measuring that height off sea level, won't you? You'll need a flat earth to measure how high the balloon went, or the drone went, or whatever it is you sent up into the sky.
Reinforced the idea that the Earth could be flat.
We interviewed some other flat earthers as well to potentially be in this video.
The Earth is flat.
I believe it's flat.
The Earth is a flat stationary plane.
But none of them seemed as open as Sebit to having their mind changed.
There isn't going to be a mind-changing circumstance when it comes to Earth's measurements. How are you going to change my mind? I mean, seriously, do you think that you're going to show me you measuring the height of a drone off surface level and tell me, oh, look, there's a curve and we can have a little look at it? Really? Well, what about any measurements of it? Oh, right, well, they'll be at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet off surface level. So we'll need a flat Earth to assert that we can see Earth curve in an orthographic view represented by these here maths that uses a flat Earth to measure. Why would I need any belief change in that? There's no belief in any of the flat Earth measurements that you are presenting here today. Where's the belief come into this? Can somebody enlighten me? What belief?
These people just, hey everyone, they just cannot handle the fact that people are leaving their paradigm behind. They just can't take it. This is why they're constantly at this. You can't let it go. We don't want to know about your paradigm. It's nonsense. You can live in it if you want. You can believe that that's what's going on. Off you go. But I don't want that man to do it because it's pathetic. The paradigm is pathetic.
That's why they got this flat earther for this video, because this checks out for them, right? He just believes it.
Yeah, preferred flavor.
Proven wrong.
He really is the world's chillest flat earther.
And that's important because how chill you are is consequential to the argument in some way. Yeah, I'm not chill. I mean, I could turn it on in a heartbeat, but ultimately speaking, how chill someone is irrelevant. Go ahead.
I'm pretty chill, but I know it's flat. I don't have beliefs.
Yeah, chocolate is actually the chillest.
How's everything going for you guys?
It's great. We're about to eat lunchly. Amazing. All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Okay, I got lunchly. Lunchly.
Is that all you packed?
No.
Lunchlies? Are those the, like, crap thing that were, like, copying Lunchables by Logan Paul or something? Aren't they designed for, like, pre-high school kids? What the hell? This is serious.
No, I got Prime too, don't worry.
He's got Lunchables and Prime. Okay.
Previously told me over the phone that if we were gonna do this, one thing that would really convince him is if the boat disappearing behind the horizon.
You'll have me know
That's
Primes.
heliocentric fine cuisine.
That's, yeah, I really don't know what to say. He's got his school dinner with him. Very good.
Horizon perfectly lined up with the math of exactly how far it should have to go if the Earth was round for...
No. Like in your diagram, right? In your diagram, your mathematics is, for a start, in orthographic. So according to your mathematics, if we're to believe it, we're looking at the sides of our own heads. when performing that maths that utilises surface level.
For it to disappear.
Actually did do the...
Ed?
Just a second. No, it can't match that because within your paradigm and the mathematics for your paradigm, it is a consistently refractive position that will never match that. And the reason it's claimed to be a consistently refractive, it's not refractive, right? It's single medium non-refractive. But the point is, the reason it's claimed to be constantly refracted is because it doesn't match your geometry. It moves it out.
And to refract it, you'd have to change the very radius that you're trying to prove.
But according to Flat Earth Charles' math, they don't need that radius value.
Yeah, they don't need that.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Math for you so that you would know, based on the curvature of the Earth, what people are saying is the curvature of the Earth, how far away that the boat would have to get. So do you remember the Pythagorean?
Right, how far away? That would be a distance in a Cartesian system in miles that are linear. They're flat Earth distances. So you're asking the guy, how far in flat Earth units will the boat have to be before it disappears below the surface level I've measured in terms of my height above the surface level? Because at 1.22 times the square root of my observer height off surface level, parallel with surface level, I can say that the linear distance on a flat Earth will be this before it disappears below an Earth curve in an orthographic view that's below the surface level I've just measured. That's what you are doing.
Pythagorean theorem?
A little bit.
Second.
Good.
Sorry. He's about to reference the Pythagorean theorem, which means that he's referencing geometry. He's using the horizon as a geometric point of tangency or goal. So anything this person comes out with, right, you know for sure he's lying. This is not to us. This is the audience someone may hear this who don't know any different, because the horizon will never and does never match the geometry of a globe as per its distance. It never happens, and that's why they must claim that their geometric edge horizon, not an horizon, has to be constantly refracted by made-up non-refraction, the same refraction that happens in a single medium, and that refraction is based on them actually seeing the horizon at a distance that matches the geometry of the globe that you can't see because it's constantly refracted. Do you know what I mean? So if he says, "Wow, we've got the exactly, we've got it, it matches the globe," no, you're outright lying, and that's from someone who people here know you are, because we know the situation. So if this person's directly lying to the audience, if he says that,
we got it. Don't reiterate it too many times in case he doesn't. We pretty much know he will, but we'll just do it when he does.
He does. That's all he's going to do.
I know it is, but when he actually does it, let's ridicule and mock him and say he's a liar when he asserts that he's calculated out, by way of looking at the horizon with telescopes, a geometric limitation at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. As you say, he'll have to be lying if he says that. We know why. You've explained why, but let's just not labour it just yet. I've just done it on your behalf.
Your cousin.
You're my cousin?
Yeah, because you're white knighting farmer.
I assure you there's no ginger in my family
Don't
genes.
get bored about my baller cousin. Yeah,
Theorem is something we all learned in 8th grade, but it's something that we can apply when thinking about horizon lines.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So this circle is the Earth, if the Earth was round.
Right.
Right. Yeah, when we look at the side of our own heads from space, no, I'm thinking no.
That's the center. This
When do we see that?
would be us, and this H is for height. So this
Oh, really? Height? What, off surface level? Yeah, we know.
would be 6 feet off the ground, because this
Well, then you'll need a flat Earth to be 6 feet above it, because that's 6 feet off surface level.
is approximately 6 feet above sea level. So
Sea level, welcome to flat Earth. Dickhead, 4 minutes in. You're using sea level then? Yeah, you won't be having a sea level on a curved surface. It's just never going to happen. You can't have a curved surface, if I could say it, that gives you a sea level. Hello? Your heights are going to be off a flat Earth. Yeah, we already know. We'd kind of gone through that before you got to this point, though, hadn't we? Yeah, we know. Yeah, if you do make a response, Ginger, Nathan Oakley's the name. If you don't mind putting my title in the video, at Nathan Oakley 1980. Yeah, we get horrendously censored because we know how you shitheads use flat Earth measurements. And we point it out. You just use them and then say that the height off sea level is going to give you a globe differential when you measure 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet off sea level. No, mate. No, what we say is don't use our measurements. But if you do happen to make a response video where we highlight how flat Earth you measured it, it'd be nice to have a link to my video. Thanks a bunch.
That's roughly 6 feet. This D is how far away we can see. This is the horizon, okay? This is R, the radius of the Earth, R, the radius of the Earth, plus our height, and D, the distance. That makes a right triangle. Does that
Really? That's very, very, very interesting. Talking amongst yourselves for a moment.
A right triangle? Oh, dear.
Moving to the centre of Earth, Neil. Talk amongst yourselves just for a minute. We'll all dig out some video.
Brian, I think you're absolutely right to pin it out right when you did. If they don't, they're eventually going to.
I hope you like it.
I'm here with Hannah Fry, and we are in front of the Shard.
Bronze astrolabe. Okay, so let's say you've got the Earth like this. My circle drawing isn't, it's been a while.
That is...
Absolutely
That
terrible.
is oblate. I'll give you that.
Hey, Ginger. Does this seem familiar? Yeah? Let's just go through the maths you rushed through in the last 20 seconds without making explicitly clear what you did when you got H.
I mean, the scale is about to go very wrong. Okay, so say you've got a mountain here.
Yep.
Or the Shard.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, the centre of the Earth is right about here.
Yep.
So, this, I'm just going to assume the Earth is spherical for a moment here.
I'm okay with
so
that.
So this is what you want, right? You want the radius of the Earth there. Okay. Now, if you draw yourself a nice right-angled triangle here.
So this is you looking at the horizon,
Exactly.
which is tangent to the surface of the Earth.
Exactly.
Pretty much like the Ginger guy said. We're just slowing things down a little bit so we understand what we're doing, right?
Exactly
Gotcha.
right. Then you can make this right-angled triangle that goes through the top of that mountain.
Yep.
Now, this angle here is something that you can measure, right? It's the angle.
Oh, gotcha. So we're going to measure compared to the horizon. So looking straight out would be this direction.
Yep.
And then we're going to...
Sorry, straight out, as in parallel with surface level. Well, straight out, yeah, you definitely need sea level to be parallel with that. So strike one is where we need a straight out eye level. Eye level, you say? Parallel with surface level, that's correct. Yeah, that's how this maths functions.
We're going to measure how far down to there.
Exactly.
But that's a right angle.
Oh, like a dip angle. Like, with respect to your observer height off surface level. Yeah, I see. So it's an angle with respect to the parallel eye level with surface level. There's quite a few flat Earth prerequisites in this maths. What was it you said, love? We'll assume Earth's a sphere? No, love, you're definitely not doing that. You're definitely utilising flat Earth prerequisites when you look out.
Yep.
So the difference will give us that little angle in there.
Yeah, or effectively.
Yeah, angle with respect to eye level off a surface level that's flat. Yeah, it will. Yeah, you'll definitely need a flat Earth for this. The Ginger Kid was pretty hasty in going through this, but it's nice that we can slow these things down and go through them in detail.
It gives you this angle in here as well.
And because that angle there, if that...
You'll need a flat Earth for that.
Was...
Let's call it C. Call it C.
C?
Yeah, you're looking at
then
it.
That there is...
C? Yeah, we'll call C a flat Earth prerequisite. Yeah.
C.
Yeah, perfect.
Gotcha.
Now, this is a right angled triangle, right? So this distance here, can I have another colour pen?
Yeah, sure. Let's go purple.
Beautiful.
Just out of interest, how often do we get to see the side of our own head up a mountain? This orthographic representation of the world mathematically. Do we get to see this side of our own head view? Oh, we don't. Oh, it's just a way of mathematicizing out the perspective view that we get that this dickhead didn't understand earlier when he asked about Japanese boats. Well, hopefully we're making it all clear that we're in an orthographic view that eradicates perspective.
Okay, so R is what we want. We want to get R.
Do we now?
But this...
Why do we want to get R, love? Didn't you automatically tell us at the beginning of this process that you already assumed Earth was a sphere? You've already assumed your outcome, have you not? And then gone forward to measure flat Earth prerequisites in several instances.
This here is also R, up to there is R.
Yep.
And this here, let's call
yep.
it H.
H.
So now
gotcha.
you've got a right angle triangle.
And now we get into the nitty-gritty, right? Our observer height. Okay, yeah. I mean, we could just drop a tape measure, right?
One side is R plus H.
Yep.
And you've got an angle that you can measure, and the other side is R, so it's really simple, right? It's just cos C equals R over R plus H.
We measure C.
Yep.
We need to know H.
To give us R.
We get R.
Yeah.
So H, what's that? Observer height is absolutely critical then. We'll need H then. We'll need our height off the surface level then, will we? I see. Critically important that it's parallel with this eye level up here that we also need because we're getting an angle from it, a depression angle, to the horizon. Okay, so we're all clear how much flat Earth we need, are we? Okay, so let's carry on.
Yeah, so we do need to know the height of the shard.
Okay.
But that's okay, because I can just look it up.
Whoa. Al Bruni did not look it up. Like, he used a mountain.
Yeah.
And it must have calculated the height of the mountain.
Yeah.
Which is in your book.
Yeah, I mean, you can use triangles again to calculate the height of the mountain, but I don't want to be here all day.
No, we're going to do that. I didn't handcraft this to look up the height on Wikipedia.
No, we want to measure. If we're talking about Earth and we want to be accurate, I mean, we're not going to just look up things on Wikipedia. We're going to measure them for brevity.
Right,
Okay.
so break down these triangles for us. Here we go.
All right, so you want the height, you want to work out the height of the shard as well?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And we're doing the whole thing.
Okay, fine. Right, so here's the shard then.
Oh, I grew a beard for this and everything.
And a very impressive one it is too. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
here's the
Going
height.
old school.
This is the shard.
Yep.
This is the height that we need, H, okay?
Yep.
We're close enough to the shard that the Earth can be flat.
Gotcha.
So now,
Oh, yeah.
this is the shard.
Yep.
This is the height that we need, H,
Yep.
okay? We're close enough to the shard that the Earth can be flat.
Gotcha.
So now.
So let me get it straight, love. In order to measure this height off surface level, you must have a flat Earth to measure it. Yeah, we know. It was also true of the maths that you did earlier. You were taking a depression angle parallel with the surface level. So it was true of the maths when you assumed your outcome and said, I'm going to assume Earth's a sphere, and then went on to measure Earth flat, and then you measured Earth flat. Now that you're getting the height of the mountain, it's explicitly clear that Earth must be flat for you to do this. Yeah, it's the same for the ginger kid. He also uses a flat Earth prerequisite in several instances. He just doesn't declare it. He seemed to infer that this could be used to change someone's mind. I don't know about my panel, but this is definitely convincing me Earth is being measured flat, because it is. Anybody unclear about how Earth is being measured flat here for this example?
Can I ask a question?
You could just go along with me and say yes first, but go on.
Well, I can't because I'm not sure yet. If, let's just say they were 100 miles away from, let's just say, a big mountain like Mount Everest, and they were taking the angular size of Mount Everest from that elevation that they already would have gained by a flat Earth, I think. And that angular size matched its actual size, or they knew the actual size, and the angular size matched their direct horizontal distance to the mountain. Is that, are they saying are they doing the same kind of thing?
They're just measuring an angle. So, but just ipso facto, because it's an angle measurement, it's a differential because they're going to back away from the mountain and then measure the difference between the two angles. But ultimately, you still, for both angles, require a flat baseline. It's a prerequisite. You can't have it be an angle unless it's flat.
So are you saying that it's a globe angle? Because I'm not sure.
You having me on? What's going on?
They're not going to give me a yes.
No, I'm not saying it's a globe angle. There's no such beast, Brian. An angle's
Then
just
that's
an
a
angle.
problem.
It's just two lines, right? You know what an angle is, right? Two lines.
Well, no, it's 3 lines for an elevation angle, which is what they're talking about and what I'm talking about.
In either event, one of them meant curved.
No, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking, is there the fact? I'm asking, you know the way They might do that with a mountain far away, like 100 miles away from Mount Everest. And they might do it with the Shard in London from whatever, a kilometre away, I don't know. Is that the same kind of thing? Like, is that, so what you're saying, Nathan, is that's not happening on a globe?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have to say it's not happening. I could say it's not happening on a roast chicken, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just describing what it actually is doing, which is measuring the surface level as flat for an angle. That is what they are doing. What they're not doing is racing cars, digging up the road, flying, or measuring a globe. There's lots of things they're not doing. What they are doing is measuring Earth flat for an angle.
Because this guy online called Brian's Logic, he did this video only recently about how they measured the height of Mount Everest with an elevation angle.
I saw that.
Particular elevation.
Very good video. Away. I saw that. I was recommended it. I was recommended it by a guy called Brian.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's a good guy.
That
very
guy,
good
Brian,
guy.
Is pretty cool.
Yes.
But he was pointing out how the Earth has to be that's proved without a doubt that the Earth is a flat plane. I just saying, I didn't know if that's the same thing as they're talking about. Anyway, I won't hold up any more time because you want to get back to the video.
That makes sense so far?
I'm following.
So then if you just plug in all the numbers,
The distance equals out to 15,837.67 feet.
A linear distance on a flat plane. That distance. Stop using our flat Earth measurements. It's really irritating.
Or that converts to 3.0 miles. So
yeah, you'll need a flat Earth for miles.
if you look it up, most people will say when you're standing on the beach, you can see about 3 miles to the horizon. And that's based on this map.
So 3.0 miles away is the end of where we can see the ocean. So
Right, really, why is it that when you suggest the limitation to our view, you show a side-on view of a globe cartoon? We don't see orthographically. We don't see the side of our own head. We don't see the side of the 3 miles we look at. We just see things in the distance getting smaller as they get further away. But because your math spaces its hijacking of perspective on an orthographic view, you've shown the example orthographically and suggested that we see miles from side on. That's stupid.
At 3 miles, the boat will be...
One more time.
The shout out to Paper Tower Roll Earth.
On that line.
The boat will be sticking up like this. So you'll still be able to see it. Now, how...
No, in your diagram, you're seeing the boat and the side of your own head at the same time. You know, that's never going to happen. What you're showing is mathematically impossible, but ultimately still utilizes measurements. Height off surface level.
How much farther does it have to go?
Linear distance on a flat plane. Stop asking about distances. They're flat. It's enraging.
Before it disappears completely behind the horizon.
There's only one answer from this guy. The black guy just needs to say, no, that proves Earth's flat. We're measuring distances and they're linear. They have to be flat. We can't assert distances unless it's flat.
The cabin part of the sailboat comes up exactly 5.5 feet off the water. So
off a plane, off a flat Earth. That's height off sea level.
At 3.0 miles, it will still...
A linear distance on a flat plane. Stop it!
Will be fully visible. It's only after this point that the horizon line will start covering the bottom of it.
You plug in all...
No. You've got a diffraction limit. Again, hashtag shit shrinks. Boring my audience with diffraction limits isn't my concern because I'm not making it as a positive claim. I shouldn't have to. Right, we've debunked this crap in 2020.
The numbers again, and in this case, you get 15,163.42 feet or 2.87 miles.
So over the next 2.87 miles.
No. We're not seeing a side view of miles increasing. This is idiotic also. This is not your eye line. My eye line comes from my eye. I don't see the side of my own frickin' head and label it eye line. Are you an idiot? You never get an eye line that is from outer space looking at the side of your head and 3 miles of an Earth in an orthographic view that's basically a cartoon view. Further to that, this assertion that we've got an Earth in a sky vacuum with stars behind is a second law of thermodynamics violation. All of these clouds, which are representative of the high-pressure gas systems that we're all enjoying breathing, would vacate into this black area, which would be 10 to the minus 17 Torr vacuum, according to your paradigm. Now, this is crap. It's just a cartoon. But either way, it's still representative of your religious belief in a sky vacuum-based Earth with a high-pressure system directly next to a vacuum. Utterly absurd. Not the way we see things. Definitely not our eye line.
It should disappear bottom first until at the end of the 2.87.
Should it disappear bottom up? No, it will disappear based on the laws of perspective.
Miles, the whole cabin of the boat will be gone. So in total, 3.0 plus 2.87 miles is
in an orthographic representation that's using distances that are flat only.
A total of 5.87 miles out.
A flat linear distance. Stop using our flat Earth measurements. It's so infuriating.
That the boat has to go for the entire cabin to fully disappear in the lens of the telescope.
The lens? Oh, really? So it has something to do with the lens of the telescope then? Yeah, you calculate that with the Rayleigh criterion. It's called a diffraction limit.
Which is exactly how far out Captain Matt is heading to.
How's everything going?
Really? Are you going to give us the diffraction limit of the lens? Where's that? You know, the lens won't see forever. It's not a shit-for-brains retard ginger tosser. It doesn't think this cow here is only small because, what, it's on the edge of Earth curve. No, stuff gets smaller into the distance, and how small that distance is dictated by the lens. In this case, your telescope. Go ahead.
But why would it have anything to do with the lens if the only reason that anything disappears behind the horizon is Earth curve?
No, that was just the assertion of this shit-for-brains ginger dickhead. No, he doesn't understand that the lens itself has got everything to do with how we see things through it, and that lens can be calculable in terms of where things will disappear for it with the Rayleigh criterion and the diffraction limit. Now, this ginger dick has gone to an orthographic view and labelled a line that is side-on to your own head as our eye line. That just makes him a spastic. Let's be honest. He doesn't know about Rayleigh criterion diffraction limits for the lenses that he's using in his quote experiment. It isn't. He's an idiot. Like a complete idiot.
Is it all going well?
Yeah, we're making good, decent progress.
How far out are you guys going? Like, what point into the ocean are you guys going?
How far on a flat Earth in miles out are you?
How many miles away?
5.87.
Yeah, called it.
That's how far.
Yeah, that'll be a flat Earth distance that your captain's giving you there, son. You stupid retard.
We're going straight off the beach.
5.87, guys.
Miles on a flat plane, smug twat.
5.87.
Yeah, those would be the 5.87 miles on a flat Earth that you're describing. You stupid idiots. Go ahead, whoever that was.
I got a question. If you were to fly your plane out at the exact same spot the boat is at, I guarantee the elevation would be the same.
Yeah. Okay. No, the plane would be higher. What are you talking about?
No, the elevation from where you're standing at to the 5.8 miles away, I guarantee the elevation is the same for both people. 10 miles away.
I don't really understand what you're saying, but we'll move on.
If you fly a plane past it and right at the point where the boat is, and say the plane's 20,000 feet in the air, it'll be 20,000 feet in the air way back where the guy's viewing it from.
Yeah, the plane will be far away as well. Okay. Fair enough, Neil. 101 people watching. Please share the show if you haven't done so already.
I think that's them.
Josh has got something to say. All right, so if the bottom of the boat disappears, then guess what? The Earth is
not flat.
And if the bottom of the boat doesn't disappear, the Earth is
flat.
Wait, are you sure the Earth is not
flat?
I'm pretty sure the Earth is.
Sorry. Are these guys like mentally impaired? Is this like
No.
take the
Yes.
No, but if you understood my question, you would understand what I'm
be too
saying.
harsh on them. If this is like, no, well, you know, it's a sponsored video and we take the spastics out on the boat, then, you know, this is fair enough. You know, they can do anything really, can't they? The mentally handicapped. Bless them. You're getting a day out, lads. It's good for you.
Not flat.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Tell me that wasn't a fun.
Oh, you guys. Bless them.
It's so cute how they've literally been convinced that to see a boat disappear bottom up, that means it's curved. And if that same effect doesn't happen, that means it's flat. What if those two things happen to the same boat on different days? Which one does it prove then?
What if the cow gets really small in the distance? Is that Earth curve? That cow's really small. Oh look, it's almost gone. It's gone. Must be Earth curve. This woman's walking away from me. She's getting smaller and smaller as she turns her back on me. Oh no, she's gone. She's disappeared. Must be Earth curve.
Yeah, we probably
You can prove with elevation.
shouldn't annoy Captain Matt too much. Let's let him lock in.
It's also at this point I should probably tell you about the second part of the experiment.
Yeah.
Because if
No, this isn't an experiment. And I'm going to take this opportunity, given it's the third time you've said it incorrectly, to explain to my audience what an experiment is. An experiment is the actualization of a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a scientific prediction. It predicts the cause of an observed phenomena. That is to say, something occurring in nature gets observed, and then you, the researcher, says, I wonder what caused that. You then formulate a prediction of what you think will cause it. You then go forth to vary that thing you think will cause it and see if it causes it or not. In the process of varying that thing you think will cause the effect you are studying, that's an experiment. Variation and manipulation of a presumed cause of an effect you observed in nature, otherwise known as hypothesis actualization. That is an experiment. You are a clown. This is looking at stuff.
If the boat disappears bottom first, that's one thing. But it would be even crazier if we could increase our height
off sea level.
Get a little higher.
Yeah, like the chick explained earlier, you're measuring a depression angle. Yeah? That's what this is, a depression angle with respect to a planar surface. The depression angle comes from a plane at the eye level. Are you getting this down, Ginger? You'll be measuring a flat Earth for this depression angle, parallel with surface level. Something this globe in cartoon format and violating the second law of thermodynamics does not and will never have. You will need a flat Earth for this.
And then see the bottom of the boat again, because we're seeing over the Earth's curvature, and then see the horizon line move further back, which is why we have this building. So we've rented out the room on the top right floor.
Unskippable lads.
Bottom of the boat is gone, behind the horizon. We're gonna call them and tell them to stop moving the boat completely. And then we're gonna go up to the top floor of the building and look out at the boat again with the telescope. And
Eesh. What, which bit is the experiment? Is it the looking through? Is this guy doing the experiment? Is this the experiment bit? Is this guy the scientist? Because he's the one having a little look through the telescope, isn't he? So he's the scientist, right? What a clown. Shout out to Roger Ledwell for hitting the super chat. Really appreciate it. Oh no, you gifted memberships. Thank you for gifting memberships, Roger Ledwell. Should do that as a call to action, really. Smash the super chat if you'd like to support this channel, or hit me up on PayPal if you want to support my current mic addiction. Also, let this person know, that's Jack Gordon know, at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that alludes to the fact that we have been covering his video here today. Hopefully your polite comment won't immediately get removed by the YouTube censor bots, or indeed Jack Gordon himself. So the link to his video is whizzing its way by my live stream. The hope being that if you were to allude to the fact that we had covered his video, he covers this and realises that as a ginger tosser, he's been utilising quite a few flat earth measurements. He was to respond and say, no, miles aren't flat earth, miles are curving. He'd put a link to my video and he did that stupid idiot nonsense.
from the elevated height, we should be able to see over the curvature of the Earth and see the entirety of the boat again.
Sebit, we've spent so much money on this video. Do you think people should...
Ed.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a bit late to the party with this one, but because I heard it earlier, then I heard it then a few minutes ago. What they don't realize is when he thinks that the curve of a globe Earth is getting in the way of him seeing the boat, right? He doesn't realize that he's actively removing angular size change with distance. Right now, you've spoken in length about that on the show, and so I'm not going into that. I'm not trying to harp on that. The point I'm making is, if you told him perspective doesn't exist in your paradigm, he'd try and laugh at you, right? Daily, though, he's willing to turn around and completely omit it for what he's doing. Completely. Because that boat cannot change in angular size. It doesn't have an angular size. So when he's expecting it not to be blocked at the bottom, that's because he's expecting it never to change in angular size. Yet, if you told him that that is what he's doing, he wouldn't accept it.
I'll try and bring it the frame to explain what you're meaning. So 718 is where I need to go to. So in this diagram, why won't it stay? When I bring up the thumbnail and click on the bit I want, it vanishes to a different bit. Right, let's let whoever that is, and then I'll see if I can fiddle with it a bit.
That's a good spot, Brian.
7 miles, the whole cabin of the boat will...
So in the view that he's presenting, we can see that this is a perspective view, as in you've got to look through a telescope to make stuff bigger again, because it's presumably beyond the capabilities of your eyeball. So it's a perspective view, right? Hashtag shit shrinks, and then you get a telescope and it comes back again. Okay, fine. What's he representing when he actually does the maths?
Gone. So in total, 3.0 plus...
So when he does his actual maths, we're not looking at a perspective view at something in the distance. He's got a target in terms of its height, the boat, that doesn't change its size at any distance. If I take this diagram and change the scale and say that instead of 3 miles, I put 300 miles on, doesn't make any difference to any of the sizes. So the boat, let's call it a 50-foot boat. Okay, well, it's still 50 foot, even if this is 300 miles on the diagram. Let's make it 3,000. So it's 3,000 miles. Doesn't matter. Let's say it's not Earth. We're talking about planet Zog. And this scale on Zog is 3,000 miles. Well, the boat's still exactly the same. It's still 50 feet. It never changes its actual size, because in orthographic view, actual sizes don't change. Meanwhile, hashtag shit shrinks. This ginger guy doesn't realise that in this diagram, he is completely omitting perspective, because this isn't the view he gives us comparative to the view he actually gets. It's a bastardization of reality. It's not including perspective. Right, Brian? That was your point, right?
Exactly, yeah. But if you said that to him, he'd laugh, because he doesn't realise he's so indoctrinated that he's actually going to exclude something he sees all day, every day, for his whole life, as long as his eyes can work. He's going to exclude that in replace of our code.
About you. So if you're interested in that, you should hit that subscribe button.
Sebit is definitely an interesting guy. I've never met a flat earther like him. I don't really know why he believes the earth is flat.
Everything is about like Antarctica. I think it is fairly fishy that like people aren't allowed to kind of just like go there randomly and stuff like that. I feel like holding a lot of stuff back. The United Nations logo kind of being basically what this is. If it were kind of...
Sorry, so he's got no evidence whatsoever. He's just got a belief based on a United Nations logo being like the azimuthal equidistant North Pole centric globe projection. That's his standards. I mean, I'm with you, Ginger. I don't really understand why he believes Earth's flat either, but I couldn't give a toss. I know Earth's flat.
Feast of nonsense.
Go ahead.
No, just a feast of nonsense. That was what you heard right in the beginning when you first started delving into flat Earth. You got all the, ice walls and maps and all of this other nonsense.
When you be in this,
Brian, then Liam, go ahead.
No, Liam, go first.
When you're being your stooge, you got to be a little bit convincing. Whereas this guy is not convincing me at all.
Exactly what I was going to say. This guy is not a flat earther, because if they had a flat earther there, they'd have someone who would actually start pointing out things to them that they don't want to hear about. Like angular size change with distance. You start showing them the maths one.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want that.
They're Jaron there or someone. He'd have done a proper job, wouldn't he?
Yeah, they need someone who's willing to be a stooge. So just 1 second. What these programs do is they just get someone to play the part, maybe with their friends or an actor. You just want to play the part. These are the things you say because that's what all flat earthers say. Just say, United Nations logo, Antarctica, the usual malarkey, domes, I suppose, and just say that, and don't give any depth to anything. Don't indulge in anything. Just go ice walls, domes, Antarctica, and leave it at that. And then we'll show you the maths, and we're going to then show you how the boat doesn't change an angle of size. And you're going to say, okay, it's a globe, because that's what your job is to do. Because they don't want an actual flat earther there, but the actual flat earther are laughing at it. So that's why they get these stooges for every one of these videos.
Conspiracy sort of a thing. It could be something that like they're aware of.
Yes, Brian, that's exactly my feelings too. I would agree with you entirely during these unskippable ads.
The thing is, it's so
Make sure if you
obvious.
thought
You know,
that
it's
maybe
same as
27
Sabine
miles, the
often
whole
Felder's her letter she wrote herself. Just these tricks are so obvious. They were put to us on TV 20 years ago, and now they're being played back to us as if they're real. Like, come on.
being flat, it was at this moment that I started to get scared.
I feel like the bottom is starting to disappear a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, but I don't want to have confirmation bias here. You tell me what you see.
It does look like it's on top of whatever, I guess, the horizon and stuff, but I can still see a lot of the boat.
This is
on
intense.
top,
I'm nervous.
bottom.
I don't want my...
What you dipshits doing? Hey, no, not on top, not on bottom. That's with respect to a horizontal plane. Y'all are idiots. Stop talking.
beliefs of the earth to be questioned, you know? But if they are, they are, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm ready to change my mind.
Jack, did you run the math right on this?
Yeah, we ran the math right.
Did you calculate your height above the surface level? Are you about to increase your height above surface level when you go up the building? Is that what you're going to do?
Multiple times?
I promise.
Okay.
Sorry. He's willing to have his mind changed so much so that they make sure to have a stooge flat earth or there. They make sure that that person can never change their mind. That's all lie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I know the earth is round, obviously, but...
No, you don't know that. You believe that. Your belief is based on flat earth measurements. You weren't aware of that. Maybe if people have gone to your video and let you know that at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me to comment and point out how your flat earth based measurements turn into your globe earth belief. You don't know anything, right? If you knew anything, you'd be talking about the diffraction limit and Rayleigh criterion and the lenses that you used in the telescope. You haven't mentioned a single thing about them. What you did do is show an orthographic view that excluded perspective. You didn't detail the maths accurately either.
But I was anxious. Why wasn't the bottom of the boat disappearing yet? We made it past 3 miles.
Linear distance on a flat earth? Stop using our flat earth measurements.
But then Josh told us this on the phone.
Hello, Josh. It's good. Can I put you on? I'm putting you on speaker.
Wait, don't put him on speaker. Can I talk to him?
Oh, what? Oh, you gotta change the numbers, man.
I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him.
No, it is.
Fine, put him on speaker. I don't care.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, do you think this is building suspense when you go out on the boat, measure Earth with linear distances, and then confirm whether or not the linear distance is too far to match with your orthographic perspective hijacking maths that utilises your height above surface level? Is this suspense building for your audience of Muppets that are thick as all shit, clearly?
It's okay.
You're on speaker.
All right, what's up, everyone?
Hi.
We are,
Hello, we've got some new sound effects and we've got our lunchbox. We've got our energy drink. Got a Pikachu hat on.
So we were tacking towards the north right now. So we...
North? What? North? That's a... Ugh, getting really, really, really irritating now. That's a direction on a plane. North? Point north. Does that seem ball-shaped to you, idiots? Have you never seen a compass? Do you not understand how north works? It certainly isn't with respect to a ball. You complete idiots.
We haven't made as much progress away from the coast on this most recent turn, but we're about to turn and really make progress away from the coast, and then we'll probably be around the point in like
Oh my God. What is the point of this discussion?
30 minutes or something like that. We're still not there yet.
Okay, you're not there yet.
Not where?
Okay, because I was getting nervous because you guys haven't really disappeared to the bottom yet.
Y'all are using codes.
I was getting so
They're going
nervous.
to the Earth curve edge.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to the orthographic Earth curve edge. They're just finding its postcode, chocolate.
They're getting nervous because the boat's not disappearing from the bottom yet. Like, this is what really we're talking about in 2025. Jesus Christ.
Guys, just get a smaller telescope. It'll be gone completely. Just use your eyes. just use your eyes and it'll be gone ages ago. You know, get a little compact camera. Get an iPhone and it'll go before your eyes. Have it disappear.
Just get an iPhone 4 and it'll definitely disappear.
Yeah, it'll disappear really quickly on an iPhone 4. It's like, hello, why do you think you're using a telescope? Could it be because it's already disappeared to the naked eye? Oh, no, it hasn't disappeared in the telescope. Yeah, that's based on the diffraction limit and the lens of the telescope, though, isn't it?
Now Sebit.
Does someone want to add something?
You just don't know if the curve is in the lens. Thank you.
But I just had to have faith in our experiment. We knew it was going to work. The Earth is round. But
No, that's called bias. We knew the experiment, it's not an experiment, would work. You're not doing anything, you're just looking through a telescope. Because the Earth is round. No, that's just confirmation bias. You thought you'd confirm your perspective hijacking orthographic view and mathematics that are based on flat plane measurements. That's what you actually mean. So you were hoping to confirm your bias. Yeah, we know what you're doing.
This is when I came up with an idea for how we were going to make sure Sebit trusted us. When the lie detector guy comes...
So let me get it straight. When you're nervous about not seeing the boat disappear, the next section of your video is how can I get the flat earther to trust me?
Oh, yeah, we heard that one before.
comes back to my house later, not only will we ask him if he changed his mind...
You can put Josh and Colin in the lie detector, and then you can test them and be like, were you actually going 5.87 miles out? You can also interrogate me and Bella and anybody else here who you want to ask questions to make sure that we weren't deceiving you.
Sorry, and what are we going to do when we get the question, are miles over a curve? Well, anybody here, if I asked you on a lie detector, are miles going over a curve?
No, miles are linear distance.
Sorry, Brian, linear distance, that's a statement of fact. I wonder if the lie detector will help me undo this statement of fact you've just made. Does it matter if you're lying about this statement? Can you even lie about that statement of fact, Brian? How could you turn that into a phrase that makes it a lie? Can you even do that?
I don't think so.
It's just a statement of fact then. So the miles, they're proving a flat earth in no uncertain terms. They're a linear distance on a plane.
Well, an inch has to be a curved line.
No, it doesn't. An inch is not a curved line.
Oh, well, then a mile isn't either.
No, they're flat linear
the lie
distances.
detector has determined you are not the father.
Oh, yeah. The lie detector isn't actually detecting a lie. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, they're trying to check for changes in his physiology. It doesn't prove he's lying. What the hell's wrong with these people?
It's just, it's ludicrous. We've put this ginger kid on this lie detector. Are you ginger? Yeah, I am, yeah. Lie detector says you're lying.
Today, then we'll see if you changed your mind.
Right.
I really want Sebit to trust us, so hopefully...
Yeah, me too. Oh, I really want you to trust me.
Oh, trust me, bro.
I couldn't give a shit whether or not you trust me, Ginger. Yeah? You don't trust me when I tell you that miles are on a flat plane? I don't give a shit. I literally couldn't care less.
That backs up every time I've made fun of them for saying all they need is for us to trust them. Right? That's literally what this guy just said.
Why? Yeah, the globe is the biggest trust me, bro, in history.
Definitely.
Trust me, bro. These flat Earth measurements mean it's a globe.
That makes him feel better. That's also why we've got 2 telescopes here.
We've got the
2 telescopes? My God, this is science beyond the imagination.
Optical telescope.
Maybe
We've
they
got this
should have got
Dead.
Maybe they should have got 2 lie detector tests, and then he would have really trusted him.
That's science too.
The sea star
Two independent variables.
2 independent variables, the Lone Rangers of variables.
Yeah, and if he was able to Lone Ranger of variables, if he was able to tell us the technical name of the telescope, this is a ZK 980. You know, it's one of the best ones. You know what I mean? You throw it out there like that. That makes it more scientific.
I did actually look it up in advance.
Back, baby.
No, this telescope on screen now is called the Science 3000.
Shout out to ZWO for gifting us this and for the support on the video. We've got that connected to the phone, and that's how you guys are able to see it. But I know you trust this telescope more because there's no way I could possibly digitally.
I trust that telescope. It's been very loyal.
Alter it.
Right, yeah.
But this telescope works actually so well. It's honestly very amazing how I'm able to just connect it to this app and then sort of joystick it around throughout the.
Can you just show us what the iPhone sees? I'm willing to bet that you definitely won't see the boat in the iPhone. So just use that. Bosh. Boat's gone. Done. Easy peasy.
Video.
Right.
Sebit was definitely skeptical. Just another great reason I'm glad he's going to be able to lie detect us at the end, too. I need.
You hope he can lie detect you. You guys just want to play with a lie detector, don't you? I mean, fair enough. You're just kids. So, I mean, that's cool and all. But, you know, Earth is actually measured flat. You're demonstrating that repeatedly, just so we're clear. I mean, I'm getting a bit bored of this now, if I'm honest, because it's just you idiots playing around at being detectives. It's like cops and robbers for children. Bless.
Need him to trust us.
He's LARPing, they're LARPing, LARP galore.
You gotta figure them. They're trying to Scooby-Doo the curve right now.
It's funny when my son is getting ready.
Yeah, John.
I was just gonna say, when my son's getting ready to lie to me, the first thing he says is, "I got to be honest with you." He's like, trust. You know what I mean?
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
0.87 miles. And again, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't see that like edge go away like at all. That's like consistently above water.
Hold on a second, Nate. It's funny you call the telescope the Science 3000 because if you multiply the height, the actual height of anything, and by 3000, and you turn that into a distance, a horizontal distance, that'll be the distance that object mathematically will have an angular size of 0.019 degrees, which is slightly less than 0.02, which is the angular resolution limit. So you're saying the Science 3000 for a telescope, like that's the distance. If you multiply the height of something, that's the amount you have to multiply the height of something for its angular size to make it unresolvable.
I did not know that.
Just thought that was funny.
Pure coincidence. I'd love to take some credit. Not the case.
Do you know how much farther out they have to go?
I just had to have faith in science. The boat was.
I just had to have faith in science.
Can we get a J on that? I just want to hear that.
Oh, skinny chocolate. Great minds.
Do you know how much farther out they have to go?
I just had to have faith in science. The boat was starting to wobble up and down behind the horizon, but Sebit still wasn't convinced.
They're saying.
Sorry, will your faith in science convince Seb? You don't understand what you're saying and why it's so hilarious. What you're detailing is your bias and faith. Yeah? But you're calling it science. You're having a look at stuff through a telescope. That's not science, kid. But your faith in whether or not this black guy believes, that's really what it's about, isn't it?
Saying they're almost at the point.
So it's disrespect to Francis Bacon and George Michael at the same time. That's a unique one.
disappeared.
Huh? No, yeah.
That's disappeared.
Awesome
Nathan.
stuff.
Yes.
If they're seeing the bottom 6 foot of that boat with a telescope from the beach, 3 miles away, over 3 miles away, then they've just proven that it's flat. Simple as. Because if our curve existed, you won't see the bottom 6 foot after 3 months.
Well, that's why he's got to have faith in science, right?
Well,
Because
I just want to acknowledge Brian. He's correct, right? And he said that earlier.
Yeah.
He's correct, but we dispense with it. Black Swan, right? If the Earth was a sphere, radius of 3959 miles, every distance to horizon measurement could be no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, as laid down in Earth curve maths. Distance to horizon in the Black Swan is beyond the limitation that geometric Earth curve maths lays down. Therefore, the horizon's not Earth curve. The Earth's not a sphere. He was debunked in 2020. This is tedious. To be honest, we're 2/3 of the way through the video. We're 11 minutes of 17 or 18 minutes. Do we need to cover any more of this tedious crap? It's just kid stuff.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Dude, there's no cabin.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I haven't seen the bottom of the boat in a long time. I'm gonna just be honest. But
Yeah, the cabin is being more and more difficult to see. But I don't know. I'm interested in seeing, like, I guess, with more.
Just curious, since they're saying they're trying to detect Earth curve, is there any Earth curve in their mathematics for Earth curve?
No, there's a differential of eye level and surface level.
So even if the boat did appear to disappear at the distance they believe it should disappear at, they're still not curving. That's useful.
Yeah, but they couldn't believe it in the first place, right? Because isn't that why they had to pull out a telescope? Because if they were just using their eyes, would it have disappeared already?
Yes.
So what? So they don't believe in that Earth curve until we pull out the scientific telescope, and then we can get the curve. Like, what are you talking about, guys? It's so sad.
But it's still not curving in that when they try to calculate the Earth curve.
No, that's why he has to have the faith in science.
The science scope needs to come out.
The science scope.
Zoom options.
where's the binoculars? They'll call us. They'll call us when they're at the point. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Hold on, pause. So what did he just say? Is he American?
Yeah.
I think you'll find it's binos. Binos, mate.
Binoculars.
Binoculars.
No. Did you see QE Live? Binos, apparently, mate. I've never heard anybody refer to it like that, except for QE, that whole show. When he was after a pair of binos. Gyro bino.
Gyro
No, they got
binos?
a tello. They have a tello out.
Yeah. You want to see gyro bino?
Correct me if I'm wrong. They were not just a gyro bino. They were a 6-hour gyro bino.
They're the battery powered, the diesel powered ones. They last all day.
I thought they were solar powered gyro binos.
Seba, come look. I mean, there's like an inch left because they're not at the point yet, but take a look.
Inch. You're going to need a flat earth for that.
I only see sail. What do you see?
I don't see that.
That's a little too much.
Can I say
Only
no?
see sail.
I'm going to go with no.
Brilliant, because I wanted to.
Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I'll go after you.
Well, mine's actually an appeal. Because I've heard this a few bits where I'm working today. We're on chapter 2, and we're trying to just kind of round it through and add a few little bits. Don't have to be a big bit, but just points. And we kind of looking for things we used to say straight off the top of our head that we can't remember anymore. You're going to need a flat earth for that. You'll need R for that. So I wrote a little bit this weekend trying to link stuff in, to add to the book. So if there's anyone out there in chat that can, it might have been said, but can think of things for where you'd retort, you'll need a flat earth for that, or you're going to need R for that.
All I remember is the two that you just said.
Exactly, and that's all I can remember. That's why I'm asking. That's why it's a plea for help.
Just to reiterate, what Adam's asking for is each and every time that I would say something like inch, you're going to need a flat earth for that. Height off surface level, you're going to need a flat earth for that. He wants more examples. So we're at the point where in the book, we're in the chapter called All Roads Lead to a Flat Earth. And what we're looking for is as many roads in a list as possible for that particular part of that particular chapter. Now, there is already a couple of examples, but we just want like a barrage of them because of the namesake of the chapter. So when we've got to that bit in the reread, because we're now in the final stages of this book, gone, it'd be nice to have several examples here. But we've all gone, we'll name a couple, and we've all gone, whereas when we're doing stuff like this and responding, they just come, don't they, Adam? Frustrating.
Oh, no, wait a second. Are you asking for now or back then? Back then, we only had those two. Now we have a whole bunch.
I'm not asking for now or back then. I'm asking for a week next Tuesday when we're filming this in the future, Neil.
Be a wise ass.
My wife told me off on your behalf, Neil. So I was listening back to the show, and this guy said a swear word, and then you said no swearing, followed by me saying he didn't swear, because he blatantly did swear, but it flowed so nicely.
Dropped an F-bomb.
That I didn't hear it, even though it was blatant. And my wife was like, "You're too hard on Neil. You're always looking for an opportunity to tell him off." And I'm like, "I'm not, honestly."
No, you should just be honest there and say, "Yep."
I'm not, though. I don't intentionally like seek out places to tell Neil off. Far from it.
No, Neil intentionally seeks out a place where he can get in to be told off.
Oh.
Adam's got me down, boy.
Oh, well, she just walked in. See, Neil's intentionally doing it to get told off, so I'm told, Paula. Your sympathy's misplaced. I'm being told
Not
that Neil
every
does
time.
that deliberately so he gets told off. Oh, don't worry. I'll remind you later. Know what I'm on about, which is perfectly
No, what
understandable.
Adam was saying was back in the day, we used to have, you're going to need off for that, or you're going to need a flat earth for that. Now we have a ton of them. And it's just going to keep growing because they keep using them. What are you going to do?
We've got a ton of them, but none of us flat earthers can remember them, even though we've used them for 5 years. Yeah. And we've dropped them and we've moved on and we found new ones, but my brain is empty. Which is why just listening today.
It's not empty. It's the complete opposite, actually. It's oversaturation. We've done this book for such a prolonged period and put so much of our time and efforts into it that we've become oversaturated with book-related information. Hyperspecificity and searching for citations has oversaturated your brain, Adam. So far from being empty when it comes to this stuff, it's just full of too much other stuff.
Well, I will tell you that the game started when I noticed that the idea of a radius value was built upon a geometric physical obstruction. And so I started applying that R to everything else and seeing how it related.
It relates to what? To everything else?
You're patting yourself on
To
the back.
all the other arguments.
Okay. And?
Well, that would be the order that they happened, right? So, which do you want? Do you want the things they'll need R for, or you'll need a flat plane for that?
Go through that one more time.
The Kevin Bacon game, as it became called, was when we noticed the R value they were utilizing need to be measured somewhere, and the measurement that they claimed, or what they claimed as a measurement, was debunked. So R went out the window, right? And then we went through all the housekeeping and all the globe claims that are attached to those housekeeping questions, went through and destroyed them. And then we noticed the flat plane they kept using.
Perfect. So now for the audience's benefit, they understand why in a chapter named All Roads Lead to a Flat Earth, through oversaturation Adam would make an appeal to. Can you remember and recall examples where we've said you'll need a flat earth for that? And its journey and progress is as just detailed quite eloquently by John. Okay.
It can be quite not, it doesn't have to be as obvious and direct. So if you think a couple of weeks ago, this is what I wrote at the weekend. QE wanted this bit that Brian was pointing about. I think you mentioned it today about you can either have perspective or curve, or perspective and curve. Now, the way I put that in, it's not directly you're going to need a flat earth for that per se, but there is, and thanks to a quote I found from Johannes Kepler, Nathan Kepler, right, pointing out that what the size of some angular size changes in the eye, we've kind of pointed out that fundamentally to define perspective and how perspective works and how we look at it, we actually have to have a flat earth or a flat baseline to make any statements with regards to what that angular size is, whether it changes or not.
The old conspiracy cats, you'll need a flat earth for that flat earth. That was
lots of nice miscellaneous points. Yeah.
That's the reason Cats departed, isn't it?
That's when the penny dropped for me.
When he kindly gave it us, didn't he? And we're going, why is he being nice?
Yeah, I'll give you a flat earth for that.
Yeah, you'll have to.
You'll have to.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, well, it seems like we've petered out on this video, and it was because it was becoming tedious, but I do have some microphone-related noise to make, which I'm going to do now, because why not? It's my show. I'm allowed. So, yesterday, I received in the post from Amazon a new microphone, which I'm very excited about, which I'm going to be using on my edited videos. Now, typically, that isn't necessarily called to mention anything, as I've got several new microphones, all of which are on eBay, because they're not my forever mic, so they're being sold. But nevertheless, this particular mic I will definitely keep. But it's not particularly exciting at the moment. That is to say, I made a recording with it yesterday just to show the differences between all these different mics, or not all of them, but some of them in a specific use case, which is for my edited videos on the iPad. In any event, I've taken a before recording, which I'm not going to get into, but I will also partner that with an after recording once it's been modified by Craig at Click OK. So the guy who occasionally appears on this stream, Click OK Computers, is a computer workshop, and he fixes people's computers. So doing a minor modification to a microphone is definitely not outside the realms of his abilities. So I've given him that mic and asked him modify this mic and turn it back into a Neumann, which is what it's ripped off in the first instance with a minor change. It can sound like a really nice microphone. So that's being done hopefully over the next week or so, depending on how busy Craig is. So I'm going to put that together with a recording of an after with a little section of speech that I've been saying into various different microphones that I use for my voiceover work. I'll just shout out this super chat and then I'll come back to what I was saying if I can hold the thought. So shout out to my chat gone on my screen that I can actually read. Oh no! I can't read it. No, that is actually very irritating. Where's my chat gone? I seem to have lost my chat. FED for life, shut up, Neil. I think that's from Slick James Bronson. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat. I hope I'm reading it correctly. I'm having to read it off the big screen. I can't seem to find my my chat stream on my small screen that I can actually read. But thank you for the super chat, Slick. Okay, so the reason I'm saying that is because in the meantime, what I've done is I've made several recordings of the mic that I'm using now, the mic that's outgoing that's on eBay, that's an Audio-Technica, and what I was using previously to make all of my edited videos, which was just the mic on the iPad Pro. So with that, and to round out this show, I'm going to play you just an excerpt of the little bit of speech. Now, if you remember, you already know what's coming, that I've been using just to test these mics. And it's just, you know, just a little sentence that I can say over and over again into lots of different mics. So if I can beg your indulgence, I'll play you out with that and then do an outro. So here we go.
Just a second, Nathan.
You can go ahead, Brian.
Do we have to hear this?
No, you don't have to do anything.
All right. I'm just speaking for the audience.
No, it is the end of the live stream. I will be asking people watching on an after show to stay tuned after I've played this. But if at this point you don't want to hear a single sentence that I'm saying to test microphones, then you don't have to. As Brian's just pointed out, very kind of him to do so. Thank you so much, Brian. Anything else?
You're welcome.
Right,
no,
here we
no,
go.
no. It's just like this is such a great topic.
I think so too. Anyway, here's my mic tests.
It was a time of suffering. The WAN Corporation has taken it all, and one man is going to take it back. Jaron Campanella is the Wanker Man. It was a time of war. It was a time of suffering. The WAN Corporation has taken it all, and one man is going to take it back. Jaron Campanella is the Wanker Man. It was a time of war. It was a time of suffering. The WAN Corporation has taken it all, and one man is going to take it back. Jaron Campanella is the Wanker Man.
As I say, I've only put those together so I can actually do a demonstration of a before and after on the mic that I got yesterday, which is an AKG P420, which is currently in the hands of Craig at Click OK and will be modified. And I'll show you the before and after with the same sentence in a proper dedicated video that I'm sure all of you are very excited to receive. But with that, I'll say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So another massive thank you to all of you who smashed the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, joined as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, got gifted a membership and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley. A massive thank you to my Discord and G+ panels, and I will see you all in the next video.